Welcome to Patrick Roberts, Our New Timeline.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Okay, so I haven't been suspended this time. It has been over a week, but I was suspended a week ago. But lately I just haven't been feeling very good at all. No, ain't got the corona, but I've still got the leftovers of the shingles fucking with my head yet. It's still very painful. It's still numb up in this area. It's still all numb. So it really hurts. Even hurts to have the hat on, but I wanted to look at least somewhat presentable. Welcome, Catherine, Margot, Tammy B. Welcome, guys. And who else? I seen Trev was in here earlier, and Rick. And obviously tonight I want to talk about our Lord and Savior, because I'm noticing on the internet lots of different channels are turning away from Jesus. And I don't really see any YouTube channels with us really talking too much about God and Jesus and stuff. And I obviously think the Mandela effect has a lot to do with our Lord and Savior, with and not only the Mandela effect, there is so many things that are coming upon us that we have to make a decision whether we're going to go with the flow. And you guys know what I'm talking about. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you dearly. And I guess I just want people to get right within themselves to make them decisions when the time comes. Over in Taiwan. Over in Taiwan, they are already implementing the QR registry code, the registry system. You cannot buy food or anything without a CVR code or a QR code. One of them, them square codes that you can make up for stuff. Well, you over in Taiwan, they implemented it. So things are moving really fast. And pretty soon, all my kids are of age, so they can make their own decisions. My youngest is going to be 18 in January, so she'll be able to make her own decisions. I hope that she will follow or not follow. I hope that she will come over this way and see everything for what it is and not get the jab. I am really worried about that. If she's still under my supervision and my ex-wife's supervision, we will not allow her to get the jab. But things are going to get to the point where they're going to take your jobs away if you don't do it. And I am sick and tired of being quiet and trying to go around about trying to find words to say so I don't get fucking kicked off. This is ridiculous that we are being kicked off for going against the CDC recommendations. I think we ought to take out the CD, whatever, recommendations and see what they call for. CDC or CDC, coronavirus update, CDC guidelines for coronavirus. I'm just gonna punch this up. Let's see if we can add it, screen share. So it should be popping up here pretty soon. Hey Marlo, welcome Jennifer. I'm hanging in there. I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm tired off a lot. This coronavirus is, or not coronavirus. This shingles has been, it's taken a lot out of me. The COVID-19, this is the CDC recommendation, COVID-19 prevention. COVID-19 most commonly spreads between people who are in close contact through respiratory droplets or small particles produced when an infected person coughs, talks, or breathes. Growing evidence shows that droplets can remain suspended in the air and travel distances between 6 feet. According to the CDC, indoor environments with poor ventilation increase the risk of transmission. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19 do the following. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rub. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when in public settings or around others. Maintain at least 6 feet distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and staying away from large groups of people. Now, they keep coming out with these new rules. They've got tips for daily life and coping, guidance of cloth, face covering. They do have some. I'm trying to find if you got the jab. I believe you can take the mask off. But indoors you have to wear the mask. I think that's what they're saying I cannot find that where it says all that stuff. But this is where we're coming in. This is where we're going to come in trouble. We've all seen it a while back. Hey, Esther, that these once the jabs are done, you're free to roam around without a mask, but you still have to wear a mask inside, they said, so you don't get anybody else sick because you still may be a carrier. So these masks are never going to go away. It kind of looks that way. And soon, people don't know. Right now they're going on the honor system, as far as they're not asking you if you've been jabbed if you're not wearing a mask. For one, they can't ask you because it's against HIPAA laws, but it's coming to the point where places are asking for some kind of proof that you had the jab. So it's coming. We have to truly get on our knees and pray. If you are not going to get the jab, you have to constantly be praying and asking for Jesus Christ's help. I truly believe that I don't know. The way I'm feeling and the way Shingles is, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say, oh, I'm not going to be here much longer. You know, I don't even know if I'll have to put up with anything because this thing is like fucking wearing me out. But I'm hoping that this process, whatever they're going to do, let's do it. Let's fucking do this thing. Get done with what you're trying to do and let us fight our battle and let's get on with it. I'm sick of fucking waiting. Let me get this off there. Here, I will just do this. Remove that out of there. There we go. So, hey, Bill. No jab for me, hoping to buy food online. Hold on. Still, oh my God, praying for you. Thanks, Jennifer. No jab for me, hoping to buy food online or pick up. Horrible. Yeah, that's a good way to get around things. Buying food online and stuff. I hate the anxiety of waiting to, yeah, exactly. It's like, stop playing the fucking games. Let's fucking do this. I'm ready. I'm ready to stand up or kneel and say, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. You're not putting anything in my arm or anywhere in my body. I'm to the point where I'm definitely afraid to go into a hospital. I mean, I don't want anybody taking care of me at this point that's got any kind of medical training through the original. I'd rather go to some third party type person to get them the help if with any problems. I was gonna say voodoo, but no, that's not what I was talking about. No, just somebody that knows what they're talking about and not using medicine from the pharma. I want real fucking medicine that will help me, not mask. Everything that I'm on now, all it's doing is just masking it. They're not dealing with the fucking problem. And I don't know. The last time I went in, they told me I had a skin infection, so they gave me some what the hell are they called? Pills that are like, what the fuck am I looking for? Come on, somebody help me out. Like pills to kill the infection. But I don't think it was enough, because I think the infection's still there, but there's no way of telling. I mean, my eyes not puffy anymore, so I look fine. I mean, I think antibiotics. Thanks, Marlo. Thanks, Catherine. Yes, antibiotics. So to any normal person, I don't look like I've got any problems going on. But my fucking head, right here is just like fucking hurts. And I noticed today I was cleaning, my house, and it's fucking hot in here, and I was sweating, and I noticed when I went to go wipe my forehead, the sweat off it, I had a lot of sweat on this side, but the side I'm injured on, there's no sweat, and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? I can't even get my pores to open up to sweat through the. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just know it hurts, and people, around here, to go in again. I've been in 3 fucking times. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. So, Mandela effect, Mandela effect, Mandela effect. I'm so glad that I seen the Mandela effect, because that really has opened me up to Jesus Christ a lot more. I mean, I was a follower before, but now I'm not just a follower. I definitely feel him, and I feel like things are going to be all right for us. But how much pain are we going to have to go through before we're done, before this is over? I don't know. Yeah, and I just seen Sharky. I owe Sharky an apology. I owe Rationally an apology. And Propagate this light, I owe him an apology. Sharky's tried to call me like 3 times, and I'm sorry, but I just not feeling good to talk, and And Rashley is trying to get a hold of me, and it's like, I don't know, when I'm in this much pain and stuff. I really didn't want to do this live, but I felt, I've got to start. I've got to pick myself up and try to get this. I can't just sit here and sulk because I'm in pain. I've got to continue to fight and bring this stream to YouTube. I know it's a small channel; it's not really going to get out very far, but to the people who do see this, I'm asking you, I'm begging you to find Jesus Christ, because you are going to need him. And there's a lot of good people that come to my chats, and I hope the best for you guys. I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this. When are they going to pull the plug on the internet, if they ever will? How long will I be able to stay on YouTube if I start spewing out the truth? If I start going to places again, and there's more and more places now that are asking for me to put on the mask, and they're the private places that you wouldn't think that would be asking you to put a mask on, because I will not do business with anybody who's asking me to put a mask on. I'll walk right out, because I will not put that mask on. So you're only hurting yourself, small-time businesses. If you're listening, anybody who owns a small-time business, and you are turning away people without a face mask, you're only hurting yourself. We're here to protect you, the small businesses. We're here to keep your doors open. That's why I go to small businesses before I have to go to a big chain. And it's not always been that way. Usually I go to Walmart or something like that, but I've been, since COVID started and all this shit went off, I've been going to the small businesses so they can keep their doors open. Gordon says my psychotropic medication meter is off the charts. Are you living in a group home? No, I'm not in a group home. There's only one way to heaven, but a million ways to hell. You got that right. Fuck, man. No, I'm fucked up in my physicals. It's not showing as my videos, but yeah, trying to show observance as we do the best. Okay, I'm here. Make way. No, I am just what is going on with you, Sharky? I mean, I'm sitting here telling you guys how fucked up I am. And Gordon, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. If this stuff is starting in Taiwan, I mean, it's all over the world. People who are living in, I believe Gordon is in Australia, or he's in the UK. But I heard both of them, Australia and UK, are pretty fucked up. Right now, you have to wear a mask, or you get a fine and shit there. So that is all coming here, you guys. Not to mention, not to even mention that gas prices are going up, food prices are going up. There's going to be a shortage of food and gas. I think that's why they are opening everything up. All of a sudden, they're opening everything up because there's such a rush to go do the things that they haven't done in a long time. I'm talking about the sheeple. They haven't done a lot of things. They've been locked up in their house for over a year. So now they get the jab, they can go out and do whatever they want to do. And so that's causing more people to buy things, and they're buying shit up. And we just don't have, because of the ports being shut down and stuff, we just don't have stuff coming in like we used to. So get ready for a lot of shortages in a lot of different areas. I had a cousin last name go from MC to CL, UME to McCune, and dad's got no memory. Wow, that's wicked. I'm in North Idaho. Our state liquor store is closed because can't find workers. Yeah, that's another thing. People are not wanting to work anymore because they're getting more pay. They're getting more pay to stay home than they are to go out and earn a paycheck. And I'll tell you, I fucking wish I could be out there doing my painting. You know, I loved painting, and I wish I could be out doing it. Shit, I have a hard time cleaning my fucking house now. There's something going on inside me that I cannot figure out what's going on. I've never had this problem before, where I will do laundry, clean the house. By the time I'm done, I need the whole next day to recover. I mean, sleep, like recover. That's crazy. I've never been like that. And I don't know if the uh, skin thing is spread into other places. I don't feel like it has. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just know that I feel worn down, really worn down. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, you know, I don't definitely not gonna hurt myself. That's for sure. I am starting to feel a little depressed. You know, just so fucking worn down, and that's why I'm doing the stream tonight. Is because I know that I have to fight through this, and you guys are the best people to talk to help me get out of this funk. And I do apologize to all the friends that have my number and have been trying to call. I do apologize for not picking up. Just didn't feel like talking. I'm sorry. And that's sad because I know that you guys care and you're trying to help. But I'm here. It's stay positive. Sharky said shit fucked me up last night. Marlo, I'm in North Idaho. Our state liquor store is closed between can't find workers. Yeah. If you guys be nice, I'll put the link out there. We have to. You don't have to watch what you say. Just kind of, I don't want to get kicked off, but if it happens, it happens. I have to. I don't know. I just so fucking pissed because this is where I come to meet you guys, to talk to you guys, to get out what I got going on, to listen to you guys, what's going on with you. And yet I feel like I cannot fucking talk the way I want to talk because they will pound me for certain things. So, okay. Invite. Okay, here's the link if anybody wants to come in. Hey, there's the link. So if anybody wants to come in and talk, and I just had it's like, oh my God, I think I'm falling apart. I just had like a double heart, what do you call that? Where your heart goes like a couple times really quick. Heart palpitation. I'm fucked up. If not, it's okay. I'm shocked the title of the video as Sean made it through. Hey Floyd, welcome. Oh, one of my best buddies is coming on. Here comes the Shark account.
Hey man, it's
Hey,
been a
Shark.
while. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm like trying to figure this shit out. It was kind of easy earlier, but I've been trying to make a video with Cannonball Run, and the it's Cannonball Run, right? And
Yeah.
and then you got the original, and you got the injection guy, right? The doctor with the eyeball that's going one way or another, right? And with Bruce, not Bruce Willis, but Bruce, the mustache guy. But I've been trying to make these videos and they don't go through, and I've been trying, and so I made one tonight, a little bit earlier before you got on, and I titled it all kinds of fucked up shit. I titled it like, trust your government, trust your news media, trust. But what I'm showing in there, what I'm talking about is like the Marine Corps. It's like, foreign and domestic. You don't fucking trust these motherfuckers. It's what they teach you going into the fucking Marine Corps. And so I repeat it at the beginning and at the end. But the goddamn thing went through. It went through.
Did you know?
Like the problem.
Did you know lately our cops are being trained in Israel?
Man, I don't doubt it.
So not all cops, just
Israel's
cops that have been trained in Israel. Bring them up on the street. We got feedback coming.
Bad? Is it bad?
I don't know.
Or is it wind? Because it is windy here.
Now here's the wind.
Let me talk and see. All right. I mean, nothing's on. I got no Bluetooth on. I closed all the windows and everything.
As long as you have to mute yourself because we have feedback.
Right, Roger.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, brother.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sharky, go ahead. He's got to stay muted.
No, I didn't know. You know, I know your channel has gotten, you know, and I tried to call you a few days, like you said, and that's fine. That's you know, it's fucking totally fucking fine. I just like, well, you told me you had a new number, and so I called Rashley last night, and I talked to her for like 2 fucking hours today, and great conversation. Miss her. Talked about a bunch of the weirdness of and she's like, the same shit that she talks to you about, but the weirdness, and so some of the things I said triggered her to where she was saying, I've talked to Patty about this fucking shit, and I'm like, wow, which just makes us all feel like family, because it's like, her saying things brought things up in me that I talked about that made sense where she's already been talking to you about this stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know if if you could show that video I just made. But I'm just really, you don't have to, but I'm just really surprised it made its way through. I've been trying for fucking 4 fucking days to get this stupid ass fucking different versions of this Cannonball Run to go through, and then I title it Trust Your Government, Trust Your Fucking Media, and it just goes through like nothing. It went through like butter, and I'm like, all right, maybe I need to use reverse psychology here, and so maybe I need to title my videos like that so they will actually make it through, But when you watch the video, I'm not talking about that, but I'm trying to, maybe they see it that way, but it's not what I'm fucking talking the fuck about, man. So I don't know. It went through. I was like really surprised, and I was just like, what? This place is retarded. You're dealing with retarded fucking organisms and a retarded AI that cannot even understand when you're making fun of them, but they'll get you on everything else. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. The chat place is stupid.
Yeah. So did you end up doing the video about Cannonball Run then, or no?
Yeah, it's just loaded now. Yeah, if you go to my channel, it should be out there right now. But I don't know how you can find. I've been making other videos. I'm cooking, and so I'm making some cooking videos that are 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part. But then I like tried this, and then because I was listening to music and stuff, and I was like, well, okay. I'll try this, and now I just labeled it a fucking weird ass way, and then it went through, and I'm like, oh my god, are you fucking serious? I've got the other ones on my YouTube page still loading because of the title I named them, but I'm like, I labeled it literally, trust your government, trust the media.
All that they probably care of is the name. That's why they passed it, is the name.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? This place is ignorant. It is so ignorant. Oh man, it's so fucking. It's something. It's laughable. I'm just like, okay, maybe I start. If I make a video I really want to go through, maybe I should just praise the oppressors, praise the oppressors, and then it'll just make it through.
Yeah, you praise them, it'll go right through. And when you talk shit about them, that's
I'm like, fuck.
Well, what we need to learn to do is praise them in a bad way.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Right. It sounds like we're praising them, but we're really cursing them. We're really
cursing.
Yeah, putting them down.
So I don't know if Patty might be able to actually show it, since it actually went through, and it's not like, it went through quick. went really through quick, and so I didn't know. I mean, I've got no stripes, and I didn't know if he might be able to. And it was not that's fine. I just thought it was kind of funny. And I've been trying to share this fucking stupid shit I've been making up with different songs and different videos on Cannonball Run with the crazy eyed guy, with the injection.
Another thing I noticed with YouTube is it keeps unsubbing us from each other.
That it is too. Yep.
Yeah, I had to sub a couple people that I know that I've subbed before a couple times.
Yeah.
And they keep on subbing me from certain people.
I've been getting sub to Minecraft kids and weird shit like that. My son's not been into Minecraft for like fucking 3 years, but all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what happened to this fucking person? I don't know what the fuck happened to Delta Faye. Delta Faye is gone off of my shit, and I'm like, I used to watch him all the time.
I'm not gaining any subs. Come on, I gotta gain one.
Well, I am. I gained 2 subs, but I don't go for subs. Like I don't even know why people sub to my channel. I don't make no content. I don't make no content. It's just, to give me
I like to have a lot of subs because I like to be able to reach a lot of people. And with what I'm saying, especially when I'm talking about Jesus Christ being our Lord and Savior, I want people to hear that. I want people to find him. That's all I care about subs.
Well,
right. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
I know who I've always prayed to, and it's from my mother and my father as a kid. So anytime I do a prayer, it's always love you Jesus, love you God, amen. But what I don't think anybody has to, it's whatever. What I think the intention is there. Doesn't matter the name because we don't. I never heard of fucking Joshua till fucking 16 or some shit.
Right. No, he knows who you're praying to.
So
the name doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to be honest, I never heard no one say that they casted out demons in Yeshua HaMashiach. Now, I'm not saying it hasn't been done, but everybody is known to call on Jesus Christ when they're being attacked, and that's when demonic will leave. I'm sure if you say Emmanuel or Yahweh or, they'll leave too, but I think the name Jesus Christ is more prevalent.
I'll tell you something, Rick.
I've always gone by Jesus Christ, so I don't know. I know that he knows in his heart, or he knows in my heart who I'm talking to. So I have no, me calling Jesus. A lot of people.
I mean, why would an all-loving, whatever, an all-loving give a crap if you got the name wrong? That's
right.
Honestly, materialistic. It's like, man, I had some Levi's, but these are Levi's, and I'm like, so your whole life was revolved around wearing Levi's, but the dam broke, and I'm sorry, you should have been wearing Levi's, and so you're flooded away, into the.
Right, yeah, and actually, if you want to get technical, his name is Emmanuel, which is God is with us. Emmanuel. Right. Well, that's what Mary named him, was Emmanuel, which means God is with us. His name is Emmanuel. God is with us.
What I'm wondering is, Can you make? Yeah. What I'm wondering is how if Jesus Christ is not the way, why are so many people taking him out of schools, out of everything, and people are afraid to even say his name? I mean, I was at
Because he
that
is the
point
way,
too.
Pat. Because as you know it as
What?
well as I do. Like he is the way. He's the only
Yeah,
one
no,
that they pick on. You know, they pick on no one else. No other God besides Jesus.
right,
Sorry.
right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's what I'm saying is that if he was nothing, why is all their hatred going towards him? You know, and I've been calling him Jesus all my life. And yeah, I was at one point afraid, not afraid, but embarrassed to even say Jesus Christ. You know, I mean, I was at that point too. Which, when I was at that point, I believed in him. I said, and I prayed and everything, but I truly did not know him until after 2016. And now I do finally truly know him. And I'm not embarrassed to say that Jesus Christ is the only way. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and that's who I follow. And I'm sorry if none of you, some of you people, don't agree with that. That's in your court. You know, I mean, I will do my best um, to speak for our King, but you have to find him yourself. And I'm sorry if you don't. It's not going to be a happy ending.
I'm not
And
sure.
and I'm praying for everybody. Even after people have taken the jab, I'm actually feeling sorry for them, because they're going to be going, a lot of them are going to be going through a lot of different shit. But I'm seeing all kinds of different shit on YouTube that's happening from getting the jab. You know,
I do think
they actually think these guys are radio frequencies. You know, one guy's body's trying to fucking Bluetooth him to a TV set. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I think by the time it's all said and done, all is one, sort of a way. Whatever crazy fucking journeys are fixing to happen, and I think we're fixing to get the fuck out of Orion. Evidently we got a blood moon. I'm just ready to get me the fuck out of fucking Orion Spur, Orion Cygnus, fucking Orion's arm. I'm tired of being Orion. Sagittarius wasn't that great, but get me somewhere else. Where I can just do a little bit better.
We're gonna go somewhere else, Sharky. Pass away in this. If we pass away in this Orion, then that's fine. To move.
That's fucking fine, man. I die like you. I think we die every night in our sleep. This place is like a dream to me. And my dreams here are in Technicolor.
Yeah, well, I believe that too, Sharky. That we kind of.
Hold on. I just have a big problem with leaving my daughter and my kids behind. You know, that's the hardest part about all this whole thing.
No,
but I know.
Don't see them as a one. See them as a multiple. That's how I kind of cope with it. Like loving every version of someone you know that you meet, and you just wake up and all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck is going on? You don't remember this, and you don't remember that. My dad, you know, other members of my family, and I'm just like, so over the last since 16, you know, I was like, well, I just try to. I don't have to understand them, but I try to love them in their own way as what
Hey,
I'm
Jeffrey.
experiencing
Sorry, you can
them.
stick around.
So it's not like you're leaving one. You're only leaving one version, and the other version will be there, and that's the one that needs you right then, because that's where you're at. So you got to love the versions of these, like us, beings that are going
Well,
through at that fucking point. So you,
right.
I mean, does that? I think I'm making more sense to myself than I've ever made on this topic. But
I have
but I
no
know with
problem
my
with
son,
the-
it's a bit difficult, you know, in that kind of thing. And so, but I try to not exactly understand, but you be open to understanding. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you want to do what? And you never just okay. So and then you try to help them, but you can't help them in the way we talk. I can't help, you know, in the way I talk. I can't help anybody other than ourselves in the way we talk, because our language is a brand new language, basically, with our family, and they get mad when you start talking in weird ways. They don't understand the weirdness, but we do. And to us, it's like common, but to them, they don't understand the fucking word we're fucking saying. They get fucking mad, like are you fucking mental? And I'm like, yeah.
No, I was gonna say how I agree with you, Sharky, with how we die nightly or daily for him, and like he's the resurrection. He's the one that wakes us up, and if he decides not to wake us up, we stay dead. You know. And that's kind of like I always like. Why is it called like I have a problem with this mourning? Why is it called mourning?
Well,
You know, it's like we're not mourning. Are we mourning that we're waking up?
Mourning is sorrow.
Right. So are we mourning that we're waking up, that we're not with him? Is that what I call mourning?
I've got a friend. Just went, and I had to kind of retrain my vocabulary. Can you hear me, Rick?
Yeah, I hear you. Yes, yes, I do.
So like if I go to write somebody when I wake up, and you know, and it's like, you know, 1 or 2, 3 people, she retrained me to say not good morning. Morning is like a death. She would say happy rising in the morning, you know, but it's the morning. It's like the sun comes up, happy rising. And so it's just a little weird thing, but I'm like, you know, every time I try to write her, I'm like, don't write, you know, and I after a few years, I've been like, okay, you know, I'm just like happy rising, but I don't write, you know, happy morning, because she sees it as a death sentence, and I see it as both. But yeah, I guess it's a better way, you know. And the words are spells, and you know what the fuck we're all talking about. If you would take our entire conversation tonight and run it backwards, who the fuck knows what the hell we're coming out of our mouth, you know? But whatever, you know, it's our intent. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a weird way to go through this place.
If hey Sharky, if Rick starts talking, you have to wait until he stops, because then there's a big echo. You can't talk over him.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking over.
So just kind of raise your hand, like, hey, I want to.
Okay.
Did you have anything to say?
Call
Sorry,
me,
sorry.
teacher.
Hey, you both
Call
got your
me.
hands up.
You both got your hands up.
Now listen,
man.
am I still bad? Because I was going to drop out and come back in.
Yeah,
How
you're
am I?
so bad.
Yeah, you're so bad.
Yeah. All right. My battery's real low. I just realized it was low. But I just charged.
Every time I talk, it echoes. It echoes.
All right. I'm charging it. So I'm going to drop out. So keep an eye for me, Pat. I'm going to come right back in and we'll see how I sound then. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Patty,
Yep, I'm on.
can you try to play my video and just see
I
what the
won't
fuck
watch.
happens? I don't want to fuck your channel up or nothing, but I'm just really surprised
Yeah, we
it
can
went
try to
through.
do that.
Just for some entertainment value
Sharky's,
or whatnot. You might want to just read out what I wrote on the, you know, praise the fucking government, praise the fucking whatever I fucking wrote out there. You might want to read that out before you play it, just to see what the fuck happens. But I don't know. I'm extremely
It's a video.
happy that
It's
it
a
went
video
through.
just me.
Yeah, it was tonight. It's like my fucking eighth try, you know, over the last fucking 4 days, and I've had so many different versions of the video, but yeah, I wrote it out in a certain way, and it just went through. Like it was nothing. It went through faster than my cooking videos I've been trying to make tonight. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me. It might kick us out. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Can you hear me? Hey, Reese, can you hear me?
Yeah, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Don't
Can you hear me,
do
Reese?
drugs. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure because I can't get the video up. It was starting to take us down.
Oh, okay.
It would have knocked us out. So
That's fine. I mean,
Floyd and Delmino are in the house. They're in here, and Floyd is to see the Matrix waking up. You must know the knowledge of there is no time. It's all man-made. The sun and the moon don't have numbers.
yeah, I think the portals.
It's all in the future. The zodiac is the real clock. It's all in the now and future. We're in the now. It takes eyes to see. You know, I want to see every day. I pray that I see more and more every day. I want to totally wake up. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, please, Lord, show me the truth, all of it, faster than what it's going now. It'll probably end up blowing my mind because I'm an impatient person. I'm very impatient. Sorry. I guess I could be patient.
Well, we've been around this long. We got to be patient. Many
Yeah.
times have we fucking died. I still go back to that. I'm like, the woulda, coulda, what I call the woulda, coulda, probably did is. But then there's the other ones where you know you damn sure had to fucking die. And then after 16,
I know
things that happened to me, it's like, you know, I realized when it was happening in a slow-mo way, and I'm like, what the flying fuck, man?
There's too many fucked up things that happened to me in my surgery or when I had kidney failure.
Yeah.
I was put on a ventilator, or put the tube down your throat and everything. I was on that when they brought me into the second hospital. They I don't know what it's called, ventilated me, or they put me on the whatever, and I woke up in the surgery when they're putting the dialysis tubes in my neck.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I was talking to the doctor. How can you do that? And the doctor, when I came out of my coma, he was able to tell me everything that we said in the conversation. He was like, "Hey, we had a little incident on the table, didn't we?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, he remembers." I'm like, "Yeah." But I didn't put the Mandela effect and all this together until after I was like, what in the fuck? Because I had so much shit happening during that time of kidney failure. I never want to go through
What?
something
Because
like
I'm
that.
scratching myself, Crystal? You're fucking insane.
Oh my god. This guy's got
Yeah. Wow.
And we're echoing again, so if you can hear me, we are echoing still. And so, as I was saying, I had my I had that thing in my mouth. So how can I talk to him on the table? How can I talk to him? I actually wanted to get up and run off the table. I was like scared. I thought they were like kidnapping me and doing something to me. I don't know. I had so much shit running through my head. And he's like, "Lay down, Pat. You're in the hospital. You've got cords in your neck, and you can't rip them out." And da da da. They must have kept me calm by talking to me long enough to shoot me up with something, and it put me right out. Induced coma.
Yeah. That's why I try to see all perspectives, and I don't fucking disregard any of them. So, if we are on a ship, if the Earth blew up and we were on a ship, and then it's like they've got to keep our minds going, and so that there's only a certain amount of humans here, and that goes with the NPCs and all that shit. Because you just look around, you're like, who the fuck and what the fuck and what the shit, and then it's the if they took all our memories and tried to make this fucking place, and they moved us a gazillion fucking miles, from where we were at, and they recreated us here, whatever, we're just like, you got some shit wrong, and this isn't right, but it's coming from the collective, so the collective is the only humans left, and something is trying to find out what the flying fuck we are and how the hell we are so close to God, I think is a better way to understand it.
Rick,
and
I don't know what happened to Rick, but hey, Rick, try to come back in. Or Sharky, I wanted to read you. Splatter said, "It's Jesus the Christ. Christ is his title, not his name."
Oh, okay.
Well, I would say, yeah, but his real name is God, right?
Well, always
That's his real name.
When I was a
Earthly
kid,
name was.
I just grew up when I was a kid, and I'd always say at a prayer, love Jesus, love you, God, amen. so it's both. But I never followed religion. I didn't like actual religion, but my religion.
Well, that would be a good question to ask one of these people who are preaching religion on
Well,
YouTube.
you know, across the street, I went to a
Texas because the whole earth is pierced.
yeah. As far as I can tell, not many people went to a BABPTIST church, and it was right across the street from me, diagonally from my house. And but then here it's never been BABPTIST. It's always been BABTIST or BAPTIST.
The nut house is here. Hey,
Who?
Peanuts in the house. Why did you change your name? The Nut House. Or this might be a second one of his backups, probably.
Okay,
I'll have to
check on my tablet that way I can kind of see some chat a little bit.
Hey, Sharky, you're looking good, by the way. That beard is looking.
Oh man, yeah, it's better than whatever it's gonna do. I don't know. The colors to me change, and the hair changes, and my dad told me my dad told me I was scary looking, and with my car, and you saw my car, you know, in 1992, you know, Lincoln town car, and he is like, you know, what you got to realize is you are scary looking to these people, and I'm like, I don't even belong with these fucking people. What the fuck? Like, I know this shit already. Like, but yeah, it's funny. It's so fucking funny to me.
What did you say you were baking?
Oh, I'm making. I've got a few. I've got to get back in there to it. It's kind of on a standstill right now, but a not a tuna casserole, but a chicken casserole. I've got 3 different types of cheeses here. Parmesan and stuff like that. So it's a fuckload of cheese. But yeah, I need to finish up that video. A lot of times I try to make cooking videos, but I've got my phone unplugged or it just doesn't appear. You know, I'll make a video and you hit record, and all of a sudden you got 15 minutes worth of do this, but it's not. Evidently you didn't hit record. So yeah, you just kind of end up scrapping the videos because you didn't hit record on what I call empath cooking, doing things like a recipe, but you do your own things to them, and just see what the hell happens. And so I was trying this new one tonight, and that's where I'm at. I was just so fucking amazed. In the middle of it, I made that fucking other video, and it was like it went through with the Cannonball Run. I was just like thank God, you know, I finally kind of getting this shit out there in 8 different way of trying to show this shit. But you know, I put it in there with the words of you know, trust. And but what I'm talking about is like, no, don't whatever you do, don't trust. So I thought that was fucking funny as shit. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
So sure, I miss coming to see you, man. I wanna come see you again.
Well, I haven't saw, cousin Michael. He's been so absent. I don't know what in. I don't know where he's at. I think he was just supposed to be here, go through things, but it's like a magnet, and you repel them. That's what I got thinking the other day. I'm like, because this is, I can't find him. He was a big part of why you were here. And
Yeah.
like, where the fuck? You just don't disappear. But he's gone, man. He's fucking gone. And he had popped up, before you got here. Over like, say 5 months before you got here or something. And I'd not seen the guy since I was a kid. It's just odd. It's odd how that shit works. I
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to think about it. Other than this reality cannot handle if you start getting a few people awake in a certain room, or just an atmosphere. It rebels or repels back. It's odd. It's odd how this fucking place is. I don't know. I miss him. I wish I would hear from him, but and I've still got his shit here. I've got his boots and shit here in the closet. But
do you think the Mandela effect was too much for him?
Not like the Mandela effect, but just the reality itself. Sorry, I'm burping. But yeah, just the reality itself. Had some weird stuff happen, and Christmas time happened, and then all of a sudden, his mother, my aunt, she called me up a couple times, like leaning on my shoulder, and I've never had that fucking experience in my life. Talking about this and talking about that, talking about just normal day-to-day fucked up shit. And I'm like, okay, and I told her, the weirdness of my fucking whatever the fuck I was talking about that day, and it helped her.
Can you imagine what we look like to them? What we sound like? You ever think of that? Sharky? Sharky's frozen. Hey, Sharky.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you now.
Yeah. I do think about that. I do think about we are the aliens here. I damn sure do fucking because we don't think and we don't react the way what here is a normal human reaction, which to us is like so fucking bizarre. You're like, no, humans don't react like that, but here it's like the majority is like that's a human reaction, and we're like, no, not where I'm fucking from. Damn sure not where I'm fucking from. It's just everywhere, whatever you want to call it. Anything, racism, whatever. You just look at this stuff and it's like you keep getting a step back and you're like, no, we were done with that shit in like the early 90s. We had plenty of comedians out there talking about racism, and it was no big thing. It was, are you white? Yeah. Are you Jewish? Yeah. What are you, if you're Jewish? Oh, you owe me half a penny. That's funny. Then you know, but then it's like here you can't even joke about it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
And the
And
sexes too. There's
and
so
the
many different
sexes,
sexes.
yes,
We have A,
yes.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L,
You
M, N,
got,
Q.
you got me, we had shirts in the 80s. What the fuck were those shirts, man? They were kind of funny. What the hell did that shit say? It's like a Twix shirt with the bunny rabbit, and it said no dicks are for chicks or some shit. You know, it was like the
Oh,
fucking thing
you talking about
of
the cereal?
the fucking cereal, but it said something like no dicks are for chicks.
Tricks are for kids.
And it was funny, and nobody fucking made a big holler about it. It was just fucking funny, and it was like, man, whatever you want to suck is fine, but yeah, it's like I'm wearing this shirt, so it's like, no, yeah, dicks are for chicks, and so it's like I'm not homo, it's like whatever. It didn't matter, but it was everybody thought it was funny shit. It's nothing to get upset about. But here, man, it's just like we're in the
Yeah.
you
I mean,
can't you can't speak anything. You can't even fucking like try to talk out, and you're you're gone. You try to say certain things and you're just gone.
yeah.
Fucking odd.
So, when you put out your video today, what was the video yesterday about? Didn't you do like one or two videos yesterday?
Well, probably the same kind of shit. I tried, but it keeps getting denied. That's why I was wondering if you could show it, because I've been doing it the same kind of a thing for the last fucking 4 days. But it finally went through when I labeled it "Trust your local government" and shit. It's like okay, it went through, and I think it's amusing. It's Cannonball Run, and I think people will find it a bit funny when they look at it the way we look at things. But this is Cannonball Run, right? So this is an 80s
Welcome, Cammy.
movie. It just shows a lot.
Blocked. Hey, Sharky.
Tammy, you probably remember Cannonball Run.
Oh, yes. Didn't watch
The
it.
crazy doctor, he's like the injection, he's got his big fucking finger up there like this. He's like, it's like fucking, it is fucking funny.
That's
But it applies
Dom
here, it's like,
DeLuise. Hey,
so.
There we go.
wasn't that Dom DeLuise?
Yeah,
Sharky?
Dom DeLuise was in the vehicle, in the van with Burt Reynolds and the blonde
He
bombshell
was the
back then.
doctor.
And he was the doctor, and the doctor had these crazy eyes that were a bit sideways, and he had this fucking weird beard. And he'd always stick out that fucking finger. He loved giving people injections, so it's like that movie shows a lot in the way I trust doctors here. I trust doctors just like that doctor, and you watch these people's faces in the movie, and they're like, and it's like, what the fuck? But this is reality here, and nobody fucking sees this shit. So it's fucking funny as fuck to me, because I'm just like, my God, man,
I feel like heroes lowered IQ points by a lot.
They've been gone. They have been gone.
It
I don't know what happened.
Every
but they've
day
been
seems
gone.
to get worse.
Watching happened. The longer you stand brainwashing, the stupider and more docile you get.
Hmm. I can't even watch TV the way I used to watch it.
I don't even have TV. What little I see from clip hits that come on YouTube, which thanks YouTube for still having me blocked on this channel. You can unblock me now so that I can talk to Pat. You can give me back my wrench would be lovely, but he can't do that until I can talk. I tried saying hi again tonight. Nobody saw me.
Until
I
I
do
can
chat
see
before I
you.
come and complain about them. But I don't know why they're so butthurt. We didn't say anything that bad. I was even good on your last show. And they still kept
Hey, hey, Kimmy, can you watch my little video on my channel, maybe?
As soon as I'm next to my other screen, because I can't do anything while I'm on my phone because it kicks me out of here.
As far as I know, it's up and running. So, but I've got my tablet, and I don't have a computer. I just got my tablet, and my phone. And,
Yeah, I've just got my cell phone outside. When I go back inside
Simple.
where I have my secondary computer, I can have as many windows as I want on there. That's a gaming computer. I could probably have like 100 of them.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing about
I didn't buy
that.
it. I don't know any of its capabilities. My son upgraded his because he wants to go VR. So I got his last gaming computer, so because he needed an even better one. So
yeah, I was just kind of wondering. I've been trying so hard to fucking get these. You know, I've like.
It's my son's birthday today.
I've been drunk and I've made these other accounts and then I can't find where I wrote them down on these other fucking platforms. And I'm like, geez, I'd like to upload it there, maybe one video or something, but you know, it doesn't upload on YouTube, and then YouTube holds it in a fucking recycling pattern, and I can't like delete it or nothing. And,
YouTube does so many stupid things.
Yeah, that kind of crap. So.
They think they're being smart. I think we should just figure out a way to.
Well, to me, it's all putting out in the ether. It doesn't matter, you know. If I upload it, it's going some fucking where. Somebody the fucker's going to fucking receive it, you know, in their fucking
you can
dreams
upload
or
it,
some
and then
shit.
they can decide to yank it, which can happen, and then it just disappears. Especially if you didn't have a thing.
Well, yeah, but I think everything as a creator, everything I put out there is going to be out there.
Because I've seen all sorts of different recipes that you've been putting out and stuff. And
do what?
Have you guys tried these at all?
Pistachios? No, they look good.
Yeah, they got pistachio.
How the fuck do you spell that?
Squirrels. So when I buy nuts, the squirrels get the nuts.
What the fuck? How do you spell that?
Oh God, that's
Pistachios. Pistachi. Okay, I thought I was missing the S.
Words have changed around for me so much.
Fucking damn mozzarella fucking lost a T the other day for me, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Mozzarella had a fucking T.
Questions at my work. I can tell you that the people all over my work are at different stages of Mandela affected. And I can say that because there are a whole bunch of people who have to make signs for our products because we're old school. So we don't have the computer do all this stuff. We have to hand do everything. So we write out the signs. Depending on who's writing the signs is whether or not you'll get the double $sign or the single. And I've not bothered to tell the people that are writing the double $sign that they're Mandela affected because that'll blow the whole thing, right? Half of them will either get the new download and the other half will deny it. But it's just funny to watch how many don't realize they're in different levels of awakening. And I'm watching it and I'm going, that's interesting to note. Because they're just starting to see things, but they're coming up with things that like we discovered, some of us way long time ago, but like in the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, some of us 10 plus years ago.
I'm seeing people see things and see the updates, but not recognize that they're seeing them.
They are connected yet. But if you don't point out and call it what it is, and you just let their mind work it out for themselves, it'll stay there for a while. Like none of them have changed back. but I haven't brought up that they're Mandela affected either. I'm just letting them discover it on their own, because I find the more we try to change things, the more resistance there is. So I'm working with the flow of just helping them discover things and come to conclusions on their own. And just trying to ask the right questions so that they'll think about it and come up with an answer on their own. I don't suggest too much of anything. I just, if I see someone write something a certain way, I'll ask them, is that how you spell that? And I'm watching them write it the wrong way, the way I remember it. And I'm really happy when I see that, because that's just more confirmation that you're not like a moron.
Yeah. But when I see people and they see it, and I talk to them about it, and it's like they see it, they're talking about it, they think it's weird, but they don't get it. They don't get what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they want to deny it because deniability is easier than accepting the truth. Mind me, I'm searching for where I've misplaced my cigarettes.
I mean, I've seen this one. There was three or four other people in the van, and there's this route that we take.
They're missing.
There's a route. There's a route that we take every day, and on this one particular day, one of them seen a silo with a house on it, and I looked and I said, "Oh my God, I've never seen it. That's never been there." And they're like, "Yeah, I don't remember it being there either." And everybody, we're all in agreement.
Just like not a couple minutes ago.
And that was that was it with them. They didn't want to carry it any further. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this has never been. Oh, okay, whatever. It is what it is.
You have them, by the way. I am listening.
Are you ordering something through the window? All right, did you order something through the window?
I was just also having a conversation with my roommate.
Say what? I can't hear you very well.
You can't hear me.
I can hear you now.
Well, that's just like the oddest thing. My phone is. Maybe YouTube's mad at me again for calling them out. I wouldn't put it past them to dox me for a little bit, because it seems like it might be. Because I hear you.
Where did I see somebody post? Sometimes if you're liking that, sometimes you don't.
So have you ever had things in your house and not reappear for like 6 months, and then they reappear? Or really obvious.
They do what?
I've had random objects in my house, and I'll tell you how random they are. I'm sorry, it's kind of very personal, so I'm sorry if it offends anybody. But I bought some feminine protection.
What was in your house?
I put it down on the table and unpacked the rest of the groceries, and it disappeared for 6 months. And 6 months later, it reappeared on the table. That really weirded me out. It was like I exited a time reality into a different bubble where it wasn't there. And then 6 months later, I entered back into the reality where it was. And in all that time, nobody else ever put those away.
Were they spoiled?
No, it's feminine protection.
Oh, okay.
So just very expensive and a pain in the ass when you buy some and then they disappear. You're kind of in a pickle. And I had to go get more.
Did you
and 6 months later, they appeared. It was
Did you look Did you look in the refrigerator to see if anything was
so I ripped
spilled?
my house apart like repeatedly because I thought I was going crazy. I really did because like everybody remembered me having them because my son still lived with me at the time. And so he was just thinking that, stupid mom misplaced them somewhere. And I would totally agree with that, except for when they disappeared, they were on the table. When they reappeared, they were on the fucking kitchen table.
Wow.
It can't disappear and you not see it for 6 months. That's what blew my mind over it. But it's not the only item that's ever done that. But that one was the funniest item that ever flipping disappeared on me. And I was losing my mind. At this point, I still wasn't 100% sure that I wasn't just alone and crazy. So to have stuff disappear really is not okay. And the only confirmation I had is my kid remembered me buying them and taking them out of the bag, and he just thought I was stupid and misplaced them somewhere in the house. But how could they disappear like that for 6 months just to reappear? And I'm going, and trust me,
That's weird.
I never even tore my kid's room apart, so I know he didn't just hide them on me. Like, I was ready to believe just about anything. And just poof gone and poof back. And at the time, I had no idea what that was. But I got used to items disappearing and reappearing because that's nowhere near the only item that did that. Just was the most annoying item that disappeared. But
Yeah.
that's why when I heard the reality bubble theory where we're all colliding into each other's reality bubbles, and that how when you hear somebody and they're speaking so empathically and they sound so sure of what they're saying and yet it's not true, it might be for them. And that's how I kind of perceive that is in their little reality world, it is real. And it's just not in mine. And we're merging a lot of reality bubbles are coming together right now, which is probably why all this weird crap is happening. Because we all got to get on the same page, really. We've all been off in our own little dream worlds and creating our own little bubbles. And all these bubbles are popping and we're all going to merge into one bubble of reality. And I don't know how fun that's going to be because it depends on how far off of reality we were as to how shocking it's going to be. I have a feeling for some people it's going to be really, really, really shocking. Most of us, I think, are pretty well prepared for it.
What?
But we've seen it coming all along.
What, the UFO invasion?
So, like, we're not even phased now when we're going through the day.
The
and something in front of us, we see it, it's cool, we take note of it, but, like, our world isn't ending anymore when we see that. But, like, the first
So,
couple.
what do you think about the UFO invasion? What do you think about the UFO invasion?
Mostly because I'm so tired of having everybody talk about nothing but the demic that I'll be really happy we have anything else to talk about.
Do you listen to David Icke? Do you listen to David Icke or David or what's his name?
I don't listen to hardly anybody, so I can almost honestly say no, even though you haven't given me a name, because I listen to you. I watch Brenda. I will go and look at Tara's stream once in a while.
David Wilcox. You
is out, but
you talk just like these guys.
Well, I think a
That's
little bit of a
What?
I start to hear you, and then there's a pause, and then I go to talk again, and then you start talking. So I think there's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So, do you want to try to go out and come back in, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. I would recommend you drop the link because if I can't scroll far enough up the chat, then I won't be able to get back in because it kicks me right out to a whole new one every time.
I'll drop it as soon as you drop out. I'm gonna make that morning urban dollar stone. Stone, do you say? Stone. Here is heard it is. I listen to David Icke for about 30 minutes at a time, and then it gets like overwhelming. Yeah, David Wilcox is who I wanted to talk about. But how you doing, Prelim? Prelim and Peanut, and that seems to be all that's talking right now. And Chris, hey Chris. So while we wait for our guest to come back on, she's having a little audio problems or video. So while we wait for, looks like Tammy's coming in. Oh, I can't click on it, dude. Come on now, come on. I must have to go out and come back in.
Hey.
I might have to go out and come back in myself because I'm not able to add you.
There we go.
Not letting me add you guys. Let me try to refresh.
Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Okay. All right. We are back. And back with us is Cammie.
Hello.
And we have Peanut joining us.
There's a YouTube.
Woo-hoo. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. I think we're under attack.
Yeah, well, they're messing with you, aren't they?
Yeah, they keep booting me out.
And I think it started with me. I'm sorry.
I know, Cammie, you broke it.
I broke it. They stopped allowing me to chat. They took my wrench away. It's great. Nobody can see me unless I come on live video. And now they're upset about that. I don't know why. What is it that I could be telling everybody? I don't know. Besides, stay calm and be happy and love everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, welcome, Chris.
It's not fall for crap. I don't believe any of the shit that I see, but I'm so excited about the aliens, to answer your question, Pat. Not because I'm going to believe a word that they have to say about it, but just because it'll be something new.
Yeah,
So
you
tired
can
of all this
see
old
them.
crap. At least we get new crap.
New crap.
You
That's the
can,
best
re-
crap.
you can really see them pushing that narrative, don't you?
Well,
The
you know what's
UFO.
funny? The moment that pilots and army men were allowed to come out and speak about it, they've never been allowed to, ever. And all of a
Right.
sudden now, oh yeah, open your mouth. Everybody tell your story here, show pictures. So it's, I think, to justify the money they're going to be spending on your space fleet, along with maybe yanking more money from the population. And they're going to have, I don't know if they're going to be bad guys or good guys. Like the story's yet to unfold. It could go either way. I'm curious to see
I
which way
really
it's
don't
going.
believe there's any real aliens gonna show up.
But rest assured that no matter which one it is, it's going to end up with you losing more rights under the guise of saving it the planet or saving it. I'm like, the planet is not in danger. The planet managed to survive being smucked by another molten fucking rock in space, a giant one that was the same size as itself. And planet Earth is still here. We might go. The planet's going to be just fucking fine. Like, you know, if you believe their narrative of what they say, then we can't hurt the Earth. We can hurt ourselves. We just can't hurt the Earth. I mean, it's done ice ages. It's had dinosaurs. If dinosaurs couldn't hurt the Earth, imagine how much methane and crap spews out of a dinosaur's ass when they fart. And there were how many that roamed the Earth that they're saying that were farting all over the place, and yet they're saying, we're causing too many emissions. Are you kidding me? Anything that spews out of their mouth is easy to blow up if you use half a logical brain, which is nice. But most people don't. And the moment you start explaining it, you will get shut down more than likely, just for the simple sake of it helps people think, and they don't want critical thinkers. Thinking's bad.
Yeah. I think we, you know, obviously I think there's free energy, so really none of
Free
that.
energy's been around so long they can't suppress it much longer. I mean, Nikola Tesla tried to release it 100 years ago plus, and they suppressed it then. And if we could do it then, imagine how long
That's
it's
why
been
they're
around.
trying to do this whole reset. That's
So
why
I
they're
think
trying to
they've been
do this
using
whole
it
reset.
a lot. I feel we're going to, as the veils unlift, realize how badly the tiered system is for the truly snotty elite. And by the elite, I don't mean most people who think they're elite, because if you have millions and even billions of dollars, you're not in that group. You have to have lots of money to be in that group. And there's a small portion of them around the world. Sadly, North America has some of the poorer ends, and the real rich people can buy our rich people, which is really sad. Which is probably why we have an evil Bill Gates and all these things, because the real bad guys are actually higher up. We think we're looking at a big bad guy by pointing out Bill Gates. He is, I would say, if you're looking at that pyramid tower, maybe level 3rd from the top, 4th even. I don't think he's the top. I don't think he's even close to the top of that pyramid. He's just a pawn. He's a rich pawn because he's been doing enough bad things to get up the ladder a little bit. But the reason why we're on the bottom is because we don't do them. We don't bend over and jump through those hoops.
There's
Maybe
a
his
reason
husband,
they want
his husband's
us
on
to
top.
follow.
That lady that looks like a dude. I guess that's divorced. Dude looks like a lady.
I don't think he's actually physically laid eyes on who's on top.
You know, doesn't his wife, where she wears, doesn't she look like a dude? Bill Gates.
Bill Gates' wife, soon to be ex-wife.
Right. So, yeah, there's no way, man, that all these alien stuff is just like
you have to understand the reason why that dynamic played out is because he's an effeminate man, so you needed a masculine woman to balance out that dynamic. You couldn't have a girly girl and then Bill Gates together, because that just doesn't work.
And it doesn't make sense though, because Bill Gates
He killed the
got all
spiders.
kinds of money, man.
Open the jars.
He could have all kind of like 50 trophy wives or something. So that it has to be something else more to it than that.
Well, it's not about trophy wives. What it is if he wants to have a good looking piece of tail, he can just go and pay for that for an hour and not be bothered with any of the headache of it. So what he got is somebody who would compliment him at home and could open his jars and kill spiders and all the things he can't do.
Most important, he
No, I'm
found
just guessing
somebody
at a few
that,
of those
that
things, but like
he
that.
found
But
somebody
that's
that
why you get enough.
Hold up, Chris. He found somebody who thinks just like him, because without that, there's no damn relationship. I'm sorry, Chris, if you
Depends
just
on
dropped
how
out.
you value your relationship. Some people aren't in it for what we call a relationship. Like they think we're stupid for trying to find the emotional connection and somebody to be with that we like and whatnot. They're looking for somebody who can advance them in their field or their whatever it is their drive is, and nothing more. If they want love, they'll go have an affair, they'll do whatever. And yeah, it's completely different. We don't understand how they think. Like most of what I've heard snippets of makes really no sense because there's no logical way we would think that way at all. And yet that's all that they think like. And they can't understand our point of view at all. It's foreign to them. But just like their point of view is foreign to us.
I hope Chris isn't mad because I stopped her from talking and so I could get a word in. So I hope she's not mad about that. So come on back, Chris.
I'm sure there's a link on screen that she could easily get back to.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea if I lay one out there.
Is she still in the chat?
Let me get back.
Oh yeah, there she is.
No, I haven't seen her. Is she in there? I still don't see her. Where do you see her?
I know she's still in there. I can tell she's still in there. Yeah, so she should probably, Chris, if you're listening, hopefully you'll come back, and then let's give her, if you can, Patrick, can you please give her chances to say what she got to say? Because I think she, I'm not sure why she bailed, but maybe she didn't feel like she had a chance to talk.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say something because I forget shit real easy. And she was going for a little while, so I thought I'd interrupt her. And now she can come back and say the rest of what she wants to say.
Hey, Chris.
It's all you, Chris.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey.
I put the bird to bed.
Oh, you had to put somebody to bed?
I can't hear you, Pat. You sound computerized.
Can you hear me now?
No, you still sound computerized. Sometimes it takes the mic a while.
How do I sound to you guys?
Or the speaker. I don't know what it is.
I can hear you just perfectly fine, Pat.
Yeah, it might be you, Chris, because everybody else can hear me fine.
Okay, yeah, it is. When I come on Streamline or StreamYard or whatever it is, sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah, you can either drop out and come back in, or we can hear you just fine if you want to finish up what you were saying.
Yeah, that's a good idea. At least listen to what she had to say anyway. So we can hear Chris. It's fine.
Okay, what I wanted to tell you is, Pat, the last time I was on your show, I was talking about stuff that was in the news. I actually found out the name of it so that people can go look it up for themselves.
Okay.
It's called the Havana Syndrome.
Well, how you spell that?
Havana syndrome.
Okay.
And there's 130 cases They traced it back to 2016, and a lot of the symptoms are similar to those people that have been Mandela affected. Aches, pains, ringing in the ears, very sleepy,
Yeah.
lack of energy, that kind of stuff. There are some propaganda about it, of course, but they've identified it because there was an attack on 2 people right outside the White House. They do not know where it stems from, however. They still don't know. They know what causes it, but they don't know what
They don't know what
made the
causes
cause.
the Mandela effect.
Basically, it's the physical symptoms that they've coined into this Havana effect or Havana syndrome. But they don't know if it's from a foreign country, what foreign country it would be from. Hey, even at this point, aliens, whatever. They don't know where it stems from. But it's basically microwaves that are directed at people to attack a people. And it's an attack on people.
Yeah. I could see that because I definitely feel like I think I mentioned it a couple of live streams ago. Before that, I felt attacked, like I was under attack because all the shit that's been happening, and now my body feels like really worn out. You know, like I feel like I'm a lot older.
The protective liner in it.
What?
There's that line of clothing with the protective liner in it that they've been using because it's the law in China to protect unborn children. So all pregnant mothers have to wear special clothing with this liner in it that protects you from signals. So now there's a gentleman in the United States who's making clothing that you can buy that is made with the same lining. And it's the same thing that I was trying to get Rick to visit to go buy his wife the toque to stop the signals from getting to her brain. I said it won't stop everything, but it should mellow some of it out. That was what I was trying to get him to buy, was clothing to protect him from exactly what she's talking about. The line of clothing is called Spiro clothing. It protects you from electromagnetic waves, like cell phones. They actually have cell phone bags so that when your cell phone tracks you for the you can just put it in the bag while you're out and about, and it can't figure out where you've been to see if you should be in lockdown.
How do you spell that? Spiro?
Spero.
Spiral.
And there's a few different companies trying to take over that name, so it's not always the first one that pops up. But you can tell because when you look at the thingy and it'll give you the advertisement for his thingy, it tells you that it is to block signals in his clothing line. And it's right in the first thingy, so you'll know you're there when you read it. But
okay, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so basically it has affected, they've traced the people in Cuba, China, Russia, United States. Those are the countries that people have been attacked that they know of so far. So the attacks go into headaches, ringing in your ear, which they coin as tinnitus, but it's really not. There's 130 reports of it since 2016. But that doesn't mean, I know a lot of people within the Mandela community have had that. I've had it personally. The ringing in the ears, the headaches,
Mm-hmm.
the body
Yeah.
aches, where like a part of your
Yeah, I
body
think
hurts
we
and it
all.
doesn't normally hurt, and muscle aches, tiredness, drowsiness. A lot of people in the Mandela community have had that have spoken openly about it. So I just thought it was interesting that this comes out this year, the Havana syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
that they kind of made it public. There are some that are saying it's a psychogenic disorder, but there's actually real physical effects of it that are documented.
So is this more paranormal than? I look at it like it sounds more paranormal.
I don't know if it's paranormal or if we're being attacked by some country. I would say since
Will they blame it on the aliens?
they say point blank they don't know where these they
Which
call
means they're doing it. If they
micro
say they don't know it, then they're doing it themselves.
microwaves, but the fact it's affecting multiple countries, I don't think that they're doing it. I think it's more along with Patrick said, supernatural.
Well, I don't think the main part is doing it. I think there's a group doing it here. Yeah, I think there's a group doing it in every country. It's been around for a while. It's just not something that I'm not saying like, our government's doing it. The military's toyed with it. I've watched a few experiments with it. It is in,
Are you talking about?
yes, one of the 3-letter organizations, one of the ones that has no oversight. Toys with it a lot. And they have no oversight. Those are the ones I'm a little bit concerned about that are doing it here. But imagine that it's also, if they have it, then so do everybody who has, starting with trillions of dollars and above. They have access to all that too. I mean, the stuff we have now, when we first started, we had a CERN we had to worry about over in Switzerland. And now we have 300 of them on planet Earth in wherever reality we're currently festered in. So my worry about the one over there has diminished a little bit. Not that it's stopped, not that I'm panicked or fearful of it. I'm just concerned with what they're toying with. But I'm more concerned with why we have 300 of them. Why do we need so many of them?
Yeah.
What are they doing with them?
Like the collider things? There's 300 of those.
Yes. The closest one to me is in Vancouver.
Where geographically are they? All in North America, or whereabouts are they?
All over the world.
No, I remember only one.
When we started, there was one. But then again, where
What?
we started from, the internet was invented by a guy and not by CERN. So that's why I'm not shocked at any of this, because we're not where we started from. But trying to keep up with everything, I've stopped, because you're never going to catch up to it all, because it's constantly changing. That's the first thing I've noticed, is that it's changing. That's why you get flip-flops and things will change 3-4 times.
It seems like it's changing.
I'm just going with it now. We have to learn to figure out how to be happy with everything we know possibly changing. And what we have to realize is this is what's not going to change. We have our inner soul that is going to be us, regardless of everything else that changed. And we're going to have to be okay with that, even if everything else is ripped away, because that's probably what's going to happen. It's all going to change, and all of it's going to be foreign. And we're going to have to be okay with that.
That's what I'm
we still love God. God loves us. So
that everything is going to be ripped away. Yeah,
and it's all going for to work out in the end. It's doing it for a reason. We can't see the end goal yet, but it's going to be good and worth it.
Yeah.
But nobody ever
agree.
said anything that was going to be easy. Everything we've ever had that ended up being cool was a lot of hard work to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree that what she's saying is 100% accurate. That is currently functioning out there. I am saving up currently to buy a shield for my bed so I can sleep at night properly from that. Because I don't
Well, where
sleep
do you
properly.
think the waves are coming from? Are they coming from our cell towers? Or,
It's
I
coming from
mean,
everything,
Patrick,
everywhere.
it's just like kind of what you said. It's supernatural, honey. I need to break it to you.
you're really, really low, Chris.
It's supernatural.
There you go.
That's all. It's supernatural.
Yeah.
Robin thinks it's both. It's probably both supernatural
not-
as well as like a
It's not
you know,
some
and
conspiracy
manipulated.
group out there
Well,
doing
they're
it.
playing with it, and
It's not
Right.
someone playing
it's
it.
coming
Not
from
some
somewhere else too.
not some
Well, we're trying to
government.
recreate it because man is trying to play God. All those that do not believe in God are trying to play God. And all of us know better not to do that.
Well, it's a lot of times, like whatever happens in this world, there's like a counterpart in the spiritual world, so it could be both. I mean, it could like a kind of like CERN's a physical thing, but it has a spiritual
Yes.
connotation to it as well.
Yep, and they intermix it with world.
That's why I said both is happening.
Yeah.
It's coming from everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm waiting for Chris to talk.
it's supernatural. There's not some government conspiracy doing it. It's not anyone that's actually seen the events since 2016, 2017, 2018, and kept watching and didn't say anything, but just sat there and observed, can tell you it's supernatural. And it's easy to say, okay, no, it's this person doing this, or this person doing that, or this person, or this person, or this person, or this government, or this agency, or whatever, because it makes sense. But what's going on and what has been going on does not make sense.
Chris, I got a question for you. You're done.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So I'm trying to figure because I don't know as much about it as you do. So, like, is it? What is your theory as to how it could be spiritual? Is it like a demonic thing, or how do they do it? Like, how do you know what I mean? How do you have any idea of like how they spiritually do that?
I've already said on Algo's show, I've said on Jason's show, and Pat, I think I've even said it on your show. It is basically, I don't know where it, I can't pinpoint that definitely this is coming from. Actually, yeah, I can. It's coming from God. Point blank. It's coming from God.
You're really low, Chris, again.
Can you hear me now?
No.
How about now?
Yeah, you're better now.
I said it's coming from the higher power. It's coming from God. It's coming from angels. But whenever you have good, you have evil. So there's something fighting it too.
Mm-hmm.
And just as I said before, and I said it on Jason's show back in 2017, and those who know me probably know I've said it to them too. It is basically seeing how other people feel, relate, and react. So, you ever hear the saying, you don't know until you walk a mile in my shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, observing is the best way. I have.
For those who didn't have sympathy or saying the Holocaust never existed, there you go. We have it. We're having a portion of it. The fear, the panic, everything else. Yeah, it's basically God's way of saying, "Hey, this is how those people felt."
Mm.
So it's kind of like the Watchers, I guess, from Enoch or something, right?
It's kind of like, how do I say it? It's It's if you ever wondered how somebody felt, you during this time period have found out. Whether you recognize it or not, you found out, you know.
You're cutting
So,
out, Chris.
yeah, I know. Basically, it's yes. Do I think the angels have a hand in this? Yes, I do. Absolutely. If that answers your question, Peanut.
Thanks, by the way, Chris. Appreciate that.
No problem. But what it is to anybody who just sat back and observed, I did many years before I said anything and watched people's live streams, watch what people say in chat, watch this, watch that, watch the people around me. You kind of get a clearer head.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that is, I've said it from the get-go. There's people that know more than what they're willing to say because they're afraid to get persecuted.
Mhm.
There is people who won't think they'll be believed. And there's people who are trying to keep the peace by not saying anything.
How's
Right.
that? How would that work out? Like keep the peace between who?
Keep the peace between anybody. If you have somebody in your family and you know something, or you have a friend, or you have a coworker, or you have something, and you're not saying something because you know it's not necessary to say it, and nobody's going to get that. Either people could get hurt by you saying it.
Oh, I hear you. You're saying it's like knowledge you're not supposed to have, and so that's that. It's like I get it. Yeah.
So they're called the peacekeepers, and
Huh.
the peacekeepers shall inherit the earth. God already said all that. This is all written. Everything that's happening has already been written. So the peacekeepers shall inherit the earth. So the ones that are trying to keep peace by either not saying anything, not speaking up for anything, or just sitting back and observing, or trying to direct it in a different path.
If it's already been written, then we don't have free will.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
If it's already been written, then we don't have free will, do we? We can still change.
I don't.
What?
You know, I look at. Can I answer that, Pat?
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. This is the way. I mean,
Yeah.
for right or wrong, the way I look at it is that like when the world first started, everything that's or a world, whatever you want to look at, when everything began, I think that like God did something where it's I don't know how I have a metaphor for this, but like it's sort of like he blindfolded himself for just a brief second, even less than a second, a minuscule whatever God does, and then like it's kind of like he threw marbles up in the air, and all those marbles, no matter how they landed, would work in a way that would function for him. And when they hit the ground, wherever the path that they took, as soon as they were thrown in the air, he took the blindfold off and automatically knew exactly what was going to happen, and from the beginning right to the end, like bookends. So when you, let's say, for example, when how you've got to this point in life and whatever you've done to get to this point, if you went back and you needed to rewind, you went all the way back into the womb and started over again, every single time you did that, you would live the same exact life that you're living right now. So it's not like you don't have a free will, because God already knows what you're going to pick ahead of time. It's just that all you're doing is like, because you have the same soul, so your soul's not going to change. So you're given options in life. You're always going to choose the same path over and over and over again, kind of like Groundhog's Day or something. So basically, you're set in a path. It's kind of like dominoes. You push the dominoes, you don't all where they're going to go. But still, it's a bit more complicated in the fact that you do have the choice, but God knows ahead of time what choice you're going to make. But you did have free will in the sense that when you first threw all the marbles up in the air or whatever, that was the chance of how they would land. But no matter how they landed, it would still function in a way that suits him. So, but it still provided free will, because you still make your choice. Kind of like if you put like a mouse in a big room and there's a snake in one side and there's cheese in the other, the mouse is going to run with the cheese every single time. So sure, the mouse could choose to get bitten by the snake. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to do that because it's not in its nature. So you're still going to do the same. Everyone's basically in this huge plan that's all crafted. If it wasn't that way, there wouldn't be a such thing called prophecy. And since prophecy kind of proves my point that everything is laid out on a path, it's kind of hard to explain it, but it's both at the same time. It's free will, but it's all part of the plan.
Yeah. I got it now. Chris dropped out. Did Chris drop out?
No, I'm still here. I think I'm still here. Am I still here?
He's trying the ejection button. He's like, damn it, why won't this ejection button work? Right? Like Dr. Evil or something.
Hey, welcome back to Gate to Light.
There's something that doesn't like me talking on YouTube. So anytime I go live, it kicks me off like a lot. So I rarely go live.
I didn't see it for a second.
Patrick is usually the
I totally agree.
Because
what, Chris?
I said, like, when I talk live on shows, something tends to boot me off quite frequently.
Yeah. So hey, Propagate, what's up?
How's everybody doing? How you doing, Peanut, and everybody else?
Good.
Thank you. I'm just listening to the conversation. When you were saying that, like if you're, I think who's microphone? Yeah, I think when you were saying that when you were to go rewind and go back into the womb, I would think that when things restart and moves forward again, that you will definitely make the same decisions you made because you're just moving forward back the way that everything was already, right?
Yeah.
Is that
right? Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I don't. Robin does, but I don't.
Who's Robin?
Robin's my girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. Okay. All right. What did she say about it?
Robin, what do you say about reincarnation?
I don't want to get into it right now because it's so complicating.
She doesn't want to get into it right now.
But it's just something.
Yeah, I also believe in reincarnation.
Yeah, it's something
Patrick does too. Okay.
Naturally, some spurs. It's a.
And I also believe that this is going to be my last time. I'm not going to be reincarnated again. I'm done.
A lot of us. I think we get more than one chance. Sometimes one lifetime ain't enough to fulfill the mission.
Yeah. I think this time I've had my last run.
Yeah, a lot of us are worn out.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, I'll explain why I don't believe in reincarnation, but it's all good either way.
Oh, so Patrick, you said you have some thoughts about reincarnation?
No, I did not say that.
Oh, okay.
That was Peanut.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some thoughts. You guys want to hear them or not? I don't want to
Yeah, of course we want to hear them.
I respect everyone's opinion. We're just talking anyway. But like the way I look at it is like, in this lifetime, this is your life. In your view, this is probably your last one, Patrick. Who knows? Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just look at it differently. This is your last one time around, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever done anything wrong in this lifetime?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Have you? Will you do anything wrong in the future?
No.
Nothing. Never lie or show up late somewhere or say some bad word about that. You're from this point on, you're never going to do anything, even the slightest little thing.
I swear a lot. I mean, yeah.
There you go. So that's my point though, is that like in your mind, this is the last run around. So that to me says, well, then by now you should be perfected. You know, it should be like ding, 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 burrito's done. Let's eat it, right?
No, not necessarily. It just means that I'm going on to another realm, a higher realm, to start reliving lives there because I believe I've moved up a ladder.
Yep.
You know, I'm moving out of this realm. This is the last reincarnation in this, wherever we are.
Because the way I look at it is like, because you're still not perfect here. If you lived a million billion lives, you, in my mind, I've never, ever, 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 including myself, ever met anybody who was completely perfect. Right? So even if you live this life,
Jesus Christ,
except for Jesus, that's it.
But you never met Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, in a sense, you have, if you believe, though,
Jesus
right?
wasn't
So
perfect either.
I disagree with
Right.
that. I think Jesus was perfect.
No, he wasn't. No human is.
I disagree.
Maybe
I think Jesus
so.
was perfect. So he's the only one that could be. So he knows that it's not possible for us to make it on our own. That's why he had to die for us in this life. So we would have everlasting life. So if it was reincarnation, and if you believe that Jesus is your savior, that would mean, in that theory, he would have to die over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like just being whipped eternally. You're right. Or crucified eternally. You know, like I'm not. That doesn't really make sense to me. Why'd you have to do it over and over and over again if you could just do it once and then you're done?
Sometimes it's not enough.
Well, I've heard that Jesus, when he was on the cross, he was talking down on his Father, and you were saying earlier that will you ever curse in the future or whatever? Do you think that talking down on the Father would be considered non-perfect or perfect?
It depends on the context of like what his words were. Like some people, they look at like there's a lot of things in the Bible that people don't get the whole context on, and so they jump to conclusions about, myself included, right? But like for example, because I don't know the exact scripture talking about propagate, but like for example, one's like, "Oh Father, you know, why have you forsaken me?" or whatever, and people think that means he has this moment of doubt or whatever. But that script that actually is related to a different scripture, so you have to know all that stuff to get the point in that. And so, and I don't remember. It's too much stuff for me to remember everything about. But that's one of those. So to answer your question, yeah, he was perfect.
Okay, because I remember a story where he was turning over tables or something like that.
Yeah, everything's done for a reason, you know. So apparently that was something that he wanted. I mean, you got to pray on stuff like that. If you don't, like, in my opinion, like for example, if there's some other deeper meaning, then that's a really good thing to pray on and think about, and study in the Bible, try to get an answer to it, because that's a part of it too. I think is that like we all have pieces of the puzzle, and so you know maybe I don't have enough wisdom for every aspect of the Bible. But like, but when people, that's something that sounds like you are thinking about. So maybe that's something that you need to pursue. God's probably using you in that area where he wants you to research that more. I can't speak for God, but I think that might be an assumption there. But I don't know. I'd have to think on it deeply. Lately, I know that he was. A lot of people look at it like, hey, he was throwing tables around, so therefore God could get angry and this, that, and the other thing. And maybe he can't. I don't know. I'd have to think on it more. To be honest with you.
Jesus didn't know who he was till he was 30. So he had a long life before he knew he was God's son. He denied it, actually, if you read the Bible. It wasn't until in his 30s that he started following God. And therefore
he denied it. Where's that in the Bible, Chris? Where was the scripture on that?
If you give me a couple minutes, I'll look it up for you and give you the exact word.
Yeah, well, we learn something new every night, and it's like I've seen. I believe Floyd put it in. Believing is not truthful fact, because knowing is telling the truth. I like that saying, Floyd. That's a lot of truth there. Rick says they made his father's house identities, so yes, she slipped the money table. So yes, she. I wonder if he meant he. Obviously, he slipped the money tables.
In the human body, you ain't perfect.
They made his father's house identities, so yes, he must have did it. He's smoking dope probably. He flipped the money tables because they were selling merchandise in his father's house in the temple where you worship the Father. They made it den of thieves.
Right. I'll probably flip the tables myself.
Turning over tables that don't serve mankind. That was Brenda.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. He probably knew something about it. He's probably like, wait, that this was the only way that, like, through the temples or whatever, that's where most people, at least there, that's where they had access to the word. And then, like, knowing that, like, that Satan had even corrupted that, you know, that's probably what it was probably like, you know what, that's kind of going above and beyond the Call of Duty, because that's, you know, how that's it's not fair, because then these souls don't have access to any of it, the truth and you know, the wisdom that God has to offer through the scripture.
Can you see the comics or the comments?
Let me see. Which one you want me to read? You must love the Father all your heart.
No, I was gonna read the one from Floyd. Said also, Peanut. We need the wisdom. We need to know not just how just to have opinion, but seeking fact. This is why it's hard to find real truth.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not just opinion, though. I mean, like, cause we all have opinions, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just got faith. That's all I need is faith.
Right. Because truth is a foundation. And then Rick says he knew he was a child of God when he was 12 years old, preaching in the whatever. He said, where else would I be but doing my Father's work? He said that to Mary and Joseph. So he's saying he knew that he was a child of God. Where does it say that in the Bible, Rick? For some reason, I thought he knew he was God before 33. That was just my thought. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
he was told.
Honestly, though, even if he didn't know that he was, I don't know. I don't know. I had to look at the exact scripture, but like, even let's say, for example, he didn't know he was God, and then he didn't realize it till later on in life. Well, that kind of makes sense in a little bit way, in the sense of, like, I was talking about how he blindfolded himself as a metaphor before the creation of everything. So that's kind of similar to what he had to go through when he's born in the flesh, because you can't cheat. You got to live. You got to walk the walk. You got to talk the talk. So he had to come in and live as one of us. And then it's during that time, because God the Son and the Father is the same thing. So when the temple, he wasn't aware, I guess, of the temple, because he was playing out his fleshly role to be sacrificed before he could go back to, you know, to heaven and all that. So it kind of makes sense. Well, having faith in God is wisdom, though. That's what it says. That all wisdom starts with fear of God.
Stuff causes and people, the way it's approached. And
Well, I think what happens is, like, people get angry because they think it's their job to convince somebody or something else. And that's when the spirit of pride creeps in. For me, it's like, you know, I'm just going to I'm just joining the conversation, because God's in control, like I said before. So whatever happens, left or right, whatever moment I'm in, it doesn't really matter. I'm not stressing because I know God's in control.
I had a question for you, Peanut. You said
Enemy tries to interrupt and distract you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Propagate. What do you say?
Oh, I had a question. You said Jesus is all three, right? The Son and God, and what was the other one you said?
He's kind of like they're all one. So it's like there's the Holy Ghost, there's the Father and the Son. So sometimes people say, well, the Son, he says he's the Son of God. That means he's not God. He's the Son of God. And there's a ton of stuff like that in the Bible, like we were talking about earlier, that you're not gonna, not you personally, but people won't understand unless they have that deeper prayer and they're in the Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit that guides people through it to get the deeper understanding of things. So just because that's one of those things that get people hung up. And where they don't get to the truth because they read that part of it and they weren't meant to know until they dive in deeper and they read like what the disciples were talking to each other. And you have to read between the lines and have to read the dialogue of what's in there, and you'll see, oh, damn, that's what's really going on.
Yeah, probably I didn't get that because from what I heard, God is the Trinity. I never heard that Jesus is the Trinity.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jesus is God. He had to come in the flesh. It's like he's all three at the same time.
So question.
Huh?
Oh, I think your microphone. What was I going to say here? Man. Oh, okay, so you're saying that God sent Jesus down, but Jesus is also God. And when Jesus was speaking against God, like why have you forsaken me? He was talking to himself.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, because he had to say things in ways that we're going to get. It's not really him talking to himself. He's really talking to us. So that's the point of it. Because otherwise, if it's some kind of inner dialogue, that we would never have it written down. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, it's hard to keep track of everything. Does that answer the question?
So Jesus is literally. I'm just really trying to understand. Jesus is literally God. Are you just saying that Jesus is a part of God, just like our father and mother is a part of us? Is it?
It's like yeah, basically he is God. It's like it's kind of like I'm Mr. Peanut. It's like my avatar or whatever.
I agree. He is God. Jesus
yeah,
is God.
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Peanut, read the Gospel of Luke, the whole thing, not just one passage. Read the Gospel of Luke, Mark, and Matthew.
Okay. Dun dun dun.
You're saying the names of three, not one. It's one or three. David says Yeshua, but David, everybody doesn't need to call him Yeshua. That's what I believe.
Yeah, me too. Oh
I've
my
been
God.
calling Jesus all my life.
Yeah, me too.
He knows
right?
in my heart what is true and what's not true. He knows who I'm talking to.
Right. It's like that's be like saying like okay, then now you have to say, do you read the whole Bible in Hebrew? You know what I'm saying? Do you talk to him and pray to him in Hebrew? You know, it's just ridiculous. I think what it is, it's like what's funny about that to me is that when people watch television and movies and stuff, they get programmed by it. But when they come onto YouTube, they also get programs. Now we all have to say Yeshua like robots. Didn't you get the memo? This is what we're all doing today. Instead of thinking for themselves and say, you know what? Does that really matter? I mean, with like Revelations beating it down all the way around us, with everyone's about to go through tribulation and everything else. They go, wait a minute, though. How do you pronounce? Here's the other thing that's so arrogant about it is that like there's people in the U.S. who can't even speak English correctly without having some kind of odd, weird pronunciation for things. So somehow someone's going to have an American or Southern or y'all or whatever accent or use guys or whatever. Like you're going to have this somehow. You're going to be able to say a word that was written 2,000-3,000 whatever it is years ago, and you don't even know what the accents were for that time or whatever. But somehow you're going to get it right through. Like, come on, you guys can't speak English. Like, how are you going to say like something? Really? I mean, come on, really? And that's what God's going to remember. All right.
And just to clear things up, David wasn't saying that we all had to call him Yeshua. David just said right here, it doesn't matter what you call him. He knows your heart. He knows is what he said. But yeah, you're right. He knows he knows everybody's heart. And he knows if you're true to him or not. And he knows who you're talking. He knows when you're talking to him, you know.
Right.
We definitely are. It's like some people say if you're talking to Jesus, you're really talking to Satan. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. The other thing about it too is it kind of smacks of elitism too. Like, oh, you're not saying the name right, or you're not one of us, which is so ironic because Jesus was definitely not an elitist. If you read the what he was talking about, he was there for like the whores, the tax collectors, whoever the lowest of the lowest that nobody else wanted. That's who he spoke to. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
he wasn't like, oh, you didn't say my name right. Back to the end of the line with you. You know what I mean?
You know, and like I wasn't actually, I actually didn't find him until, you know, late in my life. And I'm not a perfect person at all. I mean, I'm like surprised that I am awake, that I'm allowed to see this, because I feel like I don't deserve it. I feel like this is an honor to see what we see and to know what we know. I think because when I found all this out, like about the Mandela effect and stuff, I became a lot closer to Jesus Christ. And I don't know where I'd be without the Mandela effect. If the Mandela effect never hit me, I don't know if I ever would have found Christ. You know, I mean, I knew of him. I thought I was following him, but I really wasn't. You know, I wasn't connected to him like I am now. You know, I find it an honor to be here.
I can relate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Jesus broke bread with sinners, not kings.
Peanut.
Floyd, you are mine, but and Peanut, your microphone keeps rubbing on you.
Oh, sorry.
Peanut 3, Luke 3:23. And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as he was supposed the son of Joseph, which was the son of Hel. He did not begin his journey as God's son technically until he was in his 30s. Even though he was told at the age of 11, but he denied it or ignored it.
He didn't ignore it. And that's not really kind of characterizing more than what that passage said. That passage, just all it says is that like he didn't go on embark on his lane or whatever it was towards his ministry, etc. However they put it. It doesn't say all this other stuff. You're reading more into it than what it actually says.
Yeah, your microphone keeps rubbing or something.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but okay. Patrick, I wanted to ask you a question.
Sure.
Is it okay if I post an email for people to get a hold of me in here for free readings?
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, no, you can do that.
I had a question for you, Chris or Peanut. Are we debating when Jesus knew that he was the Son of God? Because how can you know that when you're very young? You know.
I don't know exactly. Is that what we're debating, Chris?
No, I just told you something, and you told me basically that I was wrong. So I figured I could.
Well, you said that, like, you said a lot of things. I don't remember it all. But, like, one of the things you said, and no offense, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but like you said something about that he denied his past path or something like that, and I didn't maybe you could read it back to me and see where I missed that part. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but like I'm just saying that the passage didn't say that.
Well, he was told at the age of 11. You can look it up and read your Bible verses, and it's in the Bible. He was told at the age of 11 by an angel, and I'm going by the King James Version. And then he basically didn't want to. I don't know if he didn't want to or freaked him out or scared him, because he is human. He is human and divine. He both. So I think the human part of him at the age of 11 was kind of freaked out a little bit. And at the age of 30 is when he really began.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm so happy you read that, because I never knew that. I think I heard that a long time ago. Like he was visited by an angel or whatever. So that's when he was young. And so the calling was they were trying to tell him, I guess, right? And then he was just denying it, and then Thank you.
But he also had divine powers of healing.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that.
That's right. He did, because he was able to. Yeah, that's right.
So he had all his divine. He had both. He was human and divine. But
right.
If you think of an 11-year-old, it would freak an 11-year-old out.
Right.
So I think that's normal.
Mm-hmm. It kind of sounds like my life a little bit, just having like, I guess you say visitations here and there, and I'm just trying to understand everything.
So,
and,
what do you believe in, Propagate?
What do I believe in?
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
No, I know Jesus Christ, the Christ.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was wondering, because weren't you just talking a little bit ago about UFOs?
UFOs?
Yeah.
I don't remember talking about UFOs.
Oh, okay. I must have misheard something.
When was this?
All right. Sorry, but I thought you were just a second ago talking about a UFO or something. You mentioned UFO.
Oh, okay. When I said visitations, so my parents passed away. I just make this very quick. After my parents passed away, I had, visitations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And you got visitations from each one of your mom and dad.
Right. After they passed away, yeah. There's actually I break it down. It's a video on my channel where I actually break it down.
I always wish that I would have got a visitation.
Right. Okay, right. So you don't think you ever had a visitation? Somebody's microphone.
Yeah. Peanut is, must be Chris.
Is it me?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever me, actually.
Yeah, it was Chris. What were we talking about?
Visitations. Yeah, and you said you always
UFO. Yeah,
you always wanted. Yeah. Right. You always wanted visitation.
I was muted all that time.
Did that freak you out? How did you deal with the visitation?
Oh man, and I was young at the time too, so that's the similarity. One of the similarities. I just didn't understand it. I'm just trying to understand it now, in my later years.
Yeah. How old do you think you are?
How old do I think I am?
You are, right? Right? What do you guys think? Hell yeah, 5. Yeah, I'll be 5 again. Hell yeah. I identify as a 5-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I was saying, how old do you think
it is 2021.
I think I'm 1,000,000 years old. 1,000,000.
Vampire.
Right. Living off the blood of the innocent.
A vampire peanut.
why I always show up at nighttime. You guys never see me in the daytime. That's why I'm in my coffin, all kicking back, like eating jelly. That's what us peanuts do. Eat jelly. And,
Yeah. Right. When this happened with my mother, I had to been probably around 17 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've actually got I've dealt with a lot of paranormal stuff, but I never seen apparition or get a visit or anything like that. But I have had a lot of paranormal stuff happen to me.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I seen one, and it was definitely not a visit from a dead loved one. That's.
Oh, I had to deal with one of my friends that
was. Sometimes it poses dead, like the mimics, huh?
What I saw was definitely different. I got to see.
Ooh, you guys ever see like the black image? Looks like a black cloud.
Had no skin. Who left a footprint that never went away till the day we moved out of that house. It was still in the bedroom. It was huge. Right underneath our attic. My sister saw it with me. She freaked out and ran away. I wasn't as scared of it as she was. But I didn't see what she saw. She saw the scary thing because it was somebody human without skin. That's pretty scary for kids to see.
Yikes. I mean, again? Really?
When she saw it, she saw like an evil demon thing. When I saw it, I felt sympathy because I saw somebody who had all their skin ripped off, and that must have flippin' hurt. So I felt bad for the person, but you could see through him. He was there.
I dealt with a friend of mine that was totally possessed, and I think I told you guys. I know I told it on my live stream before, where this guy he was half Puerto Rican, half black, and him and my where did Propagate go?
I don't know. He dropped out. I hope he comes back.
I hung out with him, and my girlfriend hung out with his wife. And we were partying with him one night, and all of a sudden, it was about midnight or so, and I wanted to take off and get back to the house. I was only drinking at that time. I didn't smoke marijuana. I didn't like it. So we went back to the house. I was like 19, 20 years old. And you couldn't get into the house without a key at night. So the doors were locked. So his girlfriend or his wife carried their little baby who was about maybe 8-9 months old in the wintertime from their house to our house, and which was about a mile away. And she started throwing rocks at our window to try to get our attention. And she was screaming. And so we opened up the window and we're like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, I gotta talk to you. Benny's freaked out and stuff. And so I'm like, okay. So we go down there, open up the door, and let her come in. And she's telling us that he's flipped out, that his name's not Benny anymore, and he's eating raw fish and spitting the bones out on the floor and rocking in a rocking chair. So I said, okay, I didn't believe the story, I'm like, all right, she wanted us to go over there and talk to Benny. So we got dressed, and one of my neighbors kind of heard the commotion going on. And he was a friend of ours, and he was like, "Do you want me to come along?" And I said, "Sure. The more help, the better. In case, in case he flips out or whatever." So we go over there, and we're standing This is really important. The stairs go up straight, and then they curve around, and then they go up. And as soon as you walk in there, you walk into the kitchen. You have to walk through the kitchen to get into the living room. And that's where he was at, in the living room. And he had the American flag draped around him. And he was eating raw fish and spitting the bones out, so sitting in a rocking chair. And I said, "Hey, Benny, you are freaking your wife out. You need to stop this." And he's like, "My name's not Benny. I'm not Benny." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Stop it, Benny." I said, "You are freaking everybody out." And he's talking in this weird ass fucking voice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
A voice I've never fucking heard before. And so he's getting to the point where I'm starting to get freaked out. And so he's in the room. There's a lamp coming right off the ceiling there. And he gets up and he jumps up and punches that lamp and fucking knocks the whole light system out. And I'm like, I am now freaked out. So I grab him because I don't know what he's going to do. So I grab him and I wrestle him to the ground. And I'm sitting here, "Stop it, Benny, stop it." And I'm so scared, I'm smashing his head into the fucking, to the ground. And I'm like, "Benny, stop this." And he stuck his tongue out and damn near touched my nose with his tongue. And this is before I ever heard of lizard people. This is way before I ever heard of lizard.
Damn. What year is it, Patrick?
It was around 1990, 1989.
Oh yeah.
And so I yelled at his wife is yelling at me, "Stop it, Pat, stop it, you're gonna kill him." And all he's doing, and I know it had to hurt, all he's doing is laughing at me. He's just laughing, and I'm like, wow. I turned around and I said, "Get the hell out of here now. I'm gonna let him up. Run. You know what? You guys are run out of this house. Get the fuck out." And so I'm like, "Honey, stop this. I'm gonna fucking let you go, and you better fucking behave, or you're gonna be back on the ground again." And I was like, I looked at the girls, and I'm like, "I'm letting him go." And she's like, "I gotta get the diaper bag. I gotta get some clothes for the baby." I said, "Fuck the diaper bag. Fuck all that shit. Go." And so she started running. So I let him up, and I start running for the doorway. And I got about to the kitchen, and I turned around, and he had the whole fucking couch up like this. 6-foot fucking couch he had in his arms, and he just tossed it. And I was like fucking pushing the girls, "Go, go, go." And as I'm rounding the stairs, I don't know how the fuck this couch got. The couch flew and straightened itself back out. It had to turn to get into the railing in the wall. Because now, understand this stairs go up and around like this, and up. So when we're running down and then around, and then here comes the couch, and it wedges directly right between the railing and the wall, and it's right on my ass going do 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 do. I was like, holy shit. oh my God, just think this fucking guy could rip my head off or whatever he is, you know. I never seen him again after that, but fucking hey, that was the most, you know, you never think, you just think of demon
Well, now you know
possession.
when you originally poked the bear.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I've had weird things happen throughout my life. Like when I was a kid, I was like 12 years old. I'd be laying in the bed, not even that old. I was probably about 10 or 11. And I'm laying in the bed, and all of a sudden, if you ever watch The Exorcist, where the bed starts to shake,
Oh yeah.
that's what my bed was doing.
Oh yeah.
My bed was coming off the ground a little bit, just a little bit, and it would start to shake real hard. And I'm like, fucking got my blankets on now. Like, no. Oh my God, that was so scary. And I've had, huh?
You remember to pray?
No, I didn't do any praying because I didn't know about, you know, I didn't know Jesus at that age. You know, I mean, supposedly we were Catholic.
Oh, the good part about being brought up in a religious nutbag house is at least I
but
did.
My parents never took me to church or anything like that. You know, I had to find Jesus.
Oh, mine did. Mine was very
But
Bible thumping.
I was in my but I mean, I've met a lot of things that have happened to me. I mean, I've had times where okay, I've had times where I've had something on my chest, and at that time I knew to pray to Jesus. And I could have swore this thing was trying to kill me because I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move, I couldn't move my arms,
sleep paralysis,
my legs.
right?
Yeah,
Like sleep paralysis.
Yeah. I was having that while this thing was on me, and
That's when they're harvesting your energy, really.
I was like, then I started praying Jesus Christ, you know, and it was gone. And I know that may be hard to believe to some people, but I'm telling you the truth. As soon as I started praying, it was gone. And so another time, I just got off of work, and I walk into the bar, and I was going to have a beer. Ordered the beer. Thought, oh, there's only like 4 or 5 people in the bar, so I went to go take a piss, and the bar door to the bathroom it's open. So I pull up to the urinal, you know, take a piss, shuffle over to the water, start washing my hands, and above the sink is a towel dispenser, and they have an oval shaped like a air freshener on there. And as I'm washing my hands, this fucking thing flies off the towel thing and hits the wall really hard and rolls right out the door. And I was like, what in the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
Sink. You weren't supposed to use his sink.
I wasn't supposed to use the sink?
I'm teasing you.
Yeah, so maybe I sat in his spot, you know.
You used the urinal. That was his urinal.
Hey, I think I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go get some Taco Bell. I know it's bad for me, but still, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I mean, some really delicious food.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to go too because I've got work tomorrow.
Hey,
okay, that's cool.
Cammy, good to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Wish I could see everybody in the chat. I could while I was inside. Probably why I was gazing up at the screen for so long, muted. I got to actually read things.
What did you say, Peanut?
Oh, nice. Thanks for having me on, Patrick. And I'm glad your eye's doing better. Hopefully, you're doing better. Like you've been through a lot this year. And thanks you again for having me on. And then I wanted to say later to propagate. And it's nice to meet you, Chris, because me and Cammy met before. But that's the first time I ever met Chris. And everybody in the chat. And hope everybody has an awesome day.
Yeah, you too, Peanut. Thanks for coming on. And sorry, propagate. I know you don't like when we jump around subjects. He likes to stay on one subject, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm sorry that we jumped subjects on you again, propagate. Cammy, I will talk to you later. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. I like it when
I'd like to say I'll
come
message
on.
you soon, but I can't chat at anybody. I sent a hi message to Brenda.
Are we friends? Are we friends on Facebook?
I don't have Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I stopped using Facebook when they tried to watch me bank. That was like 5 years ago. I've told everybody since they should have dropped Facebook way back then, and then the whole sorts of shit came out about them. But yeah, I haven't used them in a long time.
So no other way to really get a hold of you except for on YouTube.
Well, there's email, Skype, Twitter.
Okay. Well, we'll have to figure out how we can keep
that away
in
from
touch.
me too, and then I'll be all mad.
So I can let you know sometimes when I'm going on. Then you can kind of prepare if you want to come on. You can prepare that.
Most of the time when I come on, it's because I come home from work and I've dropped my bag and I flicked on the computer and I go, "Oh, Pat's on." Click.
No. That's
pretty
cool.
much
I like it.
Prepare for coming on. Tonight I waited till
well, it was nice seeing you again. And thanks for coming on.
Hi to everybody. I didn't get to personally say hi to you, but YouTube says I'm not allowed to.
Well, we got around that, didn't we? All right, Cammy. All right, chat. Thank you guys all for coming in. Peanut, Propagate, Brenda, Bill, Chris, and I know we had many more. Sally was in here. Sorry, I didn't earlier. Floyd, thank you, Floyd, for coming in. Thanks, Rick, for coming on. David Wolf, of course, buddy. Bill Stegman, and Rick, of course. I think I already hit him. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, Sharky. Sharky was on earlier. Thank you, Sharky. And I think that's about it. If I missed you, I do apologize. So, all right. I love you. And